Hi folks, Florida Man here. Today I'm bringing you the second part of the Basics of Austria, which I'm calling Basics of Austria 1902, or I Survived the Assassination. It's a pleasure to continue the series about one of my favorite diplomacy powers. Going into 1902, hopefully you have at least one ally and no powers committed to attacking you yet. More realistically, you more likely have at least one or two powers attacking you, and you should consider yourself relatively lucky if not everyone is attacking you, and you should feel pleased with yourself if you correctly anticipated who would attack you and countered it. If you're doing well, you have a unit in Greece, a unit in Serbia, and at least one new army, although one of the units occupying Greece or Serbia might be an Italian army if you're doing a Lepanto or something. If you have a reasonably strong position like that, and you're not being effectively attacked by your neighbors, there may be a chance, even at this relatively early point, for you to aggressively expand in 1902. If you're working with Italy, you could begin breaking down either Russia or Turkey very effectively, depending on what their positions are like. If Turkey only got into Bulgaria and has a unit in Constantinople, and Russia didn't get into Galicia, you and your Italian ally might very well get into Bulgaria or Romania in 1902. If that happens, Russia may well turn on Turkey too, or vice versa. Or you might get Italian boots on the Turkish homeland by 1903, or Turkey might otherwise be quickly squished. Russia is likely to take slightly longer to kill, because Italy can't help as much with them. With Italy making Lepanto moves, or in other words hopefully convoying into Turkey by the end of 1902 or 3, Turkey should feel the heat long before Russia does. There is a very dangerous possibility for your ally to stab you at any time here, because he'll have units near your centers, but you sort of need to keep his units somewhat near your centers for them to be really useful. To counter that, I recommend using your words. In speaking with Italy, you subtly remind him of how good it will be to eliminate your common threat of Turkey, and point out how threateningly strong France is becoming. If France is becoming strong. Speaking with France, you maybe try to get him to put a fleet or two in the southern waters to spook Italy. Maybe also consider starting a group conversation with Germany to create a central triple alliance, because that can be a good way of bringing peer pressure to bear on Italy to keep the faith. Regardless of what Italy's doing, try to build a bridge with Russia against Turkey or vice versa. The sooner that one of your opponents is dead, the sooner you can shore up your areas of vulnerability and be more secure. If you're working with Turkey, you hopefully got him to open to Armenia or join in an attack on Russia with his unit in Bulgaria, in which case you or Turkey may already have Sevastopol or Romania by 1902. That's possible, but admittedly unlikely. However, even if he didn't take those early steps, if you have Turkey on your side, you're in a great position to defeat Russia with your combined force. Russia should not be able to hold out long against attacks coming through Galicia, Bulgaria, Budapest, the Black Sea, and Armenia. As long as Italy doesn't join the Russian side, and as long as Turkey doesn't betray you, the Russian collapse should be swift. The key then is to make sure that you manage your diplomacy so as to prevent those negative events from happening. Send Italy west if you can. Keeping Turkey from betraying you can be a bit harder than keeping Italy from attacking, though. The unfortunate fact is that the Balkans is frequently a more attractive target than Russia. The Turk can be assured of getting Greece, Serbia, and Trieste if he attacks Austria with Russia, assuming Italy is cut out of the spoils, which Italy usually is. The promised division of centers if Turkey attacks Russia isn't as rich. Turkey can, at most, be assured Sevastopol and one other center if Austria is to grow at all as a result of the defeat of Russia. Even if Austria chooses to let Turkey have 3 of the 4 centers they capture from Russia. For the record, I'm assuming St. Petersburg will be captured by a Western power. The Turk can read a map, and the Turkish player therefore knows those centers he's acquiring are awkwardly positioned. They'll be difficult to defend without a significant army buildup, and Austria and Germany can work together to take them from Turkey at any time. Turkey may find it more advantageous to work with Russia instead. What Austria needs to do is remain flexible and make the offer more secure and more enticing for Turkey. Give Turkey concrete reasons to stick with you. If Turkey thinks the Russian centers will be too difficult to defend, offer to trade 1 or 2 of them for the generally Austrian-controlled centers of Greece and Romania. Offer to subsequently help Turkey invade Italy, and to only take Venice once Italy falls. Some scheme or combination of schemes must be devised to keep Turkey from betraying you for long enough to collapse the Russian position. If that can be done and maintained through 1902 and 1903, Russia should cease to exist, and you can either work with Turkey as promised, or implement your plan to betray him. If you're working with Russia, This should be easier to manage than working with Turkey. Together, you should be able to overcome Turkey, just like Turkey and Austria can overcome Russia, but here you have the additional advantage that Italy will likely want to jump in, whether explicitly invited or not, to the attack. Italian players are only rarely tempted to intervene on behalf of Turkey, but they will usually want to carve themselves a piece of Turkey. You'll have to try to limit that, which shouldn't be too difficult. Either send them west or manage their expectations. There's only so much Turkey to go around. The plate has to feed all three of you. You and Russia will probably take Bulgaria very quickly, because Turkey won't be able to support it even if he has Black Sea, with Russia cutting that support, and Turkey should be outnumbered most of the time in that corner if Russia is on your side. In any case, though, it's best if you can try to position it as a struggle between Italy and Russia. As long as you ultimately get Bulgaria, you're doing alright. As Austria, your struggle may be making sure that you do not become the meat in an Italian-Russian sandwich at this point. However, one problem at a time. If you can eliminate Turkey and get centers out of that as a result, you should do so. Work hard to maintain your relations with your other neighbors, and look for a convenient opportunity to stab either Russia, or perhaps more likely Italy, for substantial damage. Once that's done, your position should become increasingly secure. Once one of your neighbors is dead, or nearly dead, if you have not been stabbed yourself, you have gotten through the most dangerous part of the game as Austria. You've survived the assassination. You can make yourself increasingly difficult to kill and more influential over the next few years, until you are a power to be feared. Austria is frequently a major player in the mid-game. I hope you've enjoyed the second Basics of Austria video. If so, please like, subscribe, and come back for Basics of Austria, Surviving the Occupation. You could also consider joining the people whose names now appear on screen by supporting the channel with Patreon contributions or subtitle translations. Feel free to share your own thoughts on the complexities of the early Austrian position below. It's not an easy country to rule, and I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say that tips from me and my viewers are always appreciated, especially when it comes to this most difficult but rewarding country. Until we speak again in the comments below, Florida Man, out.